I love going to the store, going places and seeing other Mustangs. Very proud of my GT. When I see this nice V6 over there, it makes me so happy that I have this GT. It's doing really well. I've been really enjoying daily driving it. I'm working on the yellow Mustang GT project car, so if you haven't seen those videos, you can check those out if you'd like. Got the yellow Mach 1, the orange Cobra, and the red Cobra here at the house right now. I've been really enjoying daily driving the GT, the silver one. It's been really enjoyable to the point where there really hasn't been anything it's needed so far. There's the new engine for the yellow GT project. Always record my wife driving off in the GT. It's fun to watch. So there's my GT and my brother's GT at my brother's neighbor's house, who's really good at air conditioning. He does HVAC for a living, and he's done really nice service on my brother's cars. And so we got to talking one night, and he said that he could do the air conditioning on my GT, and my brother brought out Old Reliable, which was a stack of O-rings, Danny Johnson's O-rings. I had to make this, and he joked about that meme when we were doing this. So I had put all new lines in the car, but I was missing an O-ring. So as soon as we plugged it in, it was hissing. And so my brother came to the rescue with extra O-rings, a whole big box of them, and I was able to get the right one for the car. It held 200 PSI, and then everything worked, which was a relief because when this car was in the accident for the previous owner, all the lines were cut up and ruined, and I had to put new lines in there. And being a 60,000 mile car, I was pretty sure that the air compressor and everything was okay, but we had to evacuate everything out of that system, and it works perfectly, so it blows cold air. So I shined up the tires and took it out and just enjoyed it a lot. And so it's really cool to have air conditioning in this, especially since my wife loves to drive it as well, and she daily drives it. I always love going with the windows down, enjoying the experience of driving, but she wants nice cold air conditioning. And so that's really cool that this all worked out, that all the lines I got worked for it, and so far so good. And so here's just kind of some shots of it driving down the road. I thought this was kind of cool to get the reflection and this truck on the door there. It's kind of cool. Took the GT to a car show with my family. It was fun to look around, but honestly, I love coming back out to this car. I think this is one of my favorite cars there. It was probably my favorite car. There weren't any new Edge Mustangs there, so definitely a showstopper in my book. But love walking back out to that car after the show and having some fun. So GT's doing really well. It's got cold air conditioning, been daily driving it, and just enjoying it every day. But anyway, I wanted to get some pictures of the car. I do have a lot of videos of repairing the car and stuff, but I didn't have very many still shots, so I wanted to do that. Here's the engine I'm working on the yellow GT project. But anyway, I came across this, and this is what the car used to look like. I was going back through, and I saw this video of the GT and how terrible it looked back when I was working on it and when it was all crashed, and how I was holding the hood up by a bungee cord just to keep it open because it was so destroyed and the hood prop was gone and everything. So I thought, I want to go get some good pictures of what the car looks like now. So I went out to a place I really liked, and I started taking some pictures, and I was driving the car around a lot that day, actually, and I had family who wanted to go get pizzas and stuff, and so we took the GT out, and I went and got these shots here on the way home from work, and then when I met up with my family, we went out to other places, and it just seemed like everywhere I went, I wanted to take pictures of the car, and it just looked so good, so I really wanted to just get more pictures of it. So these are just some nice Glamour shots But I really like how this car looks. I've always loved silver with bullet wheels. I think every color looks good with bullet wheels. And there was even a silver GT with bullet wheels by my neighborhood growing up. And so I remember looking at that car and thinking how fun it would be to have that car and how excited I'd be to own it, especially back when these were new and they were so out of my price range as a young teenager. So anyway, this is at the car show. I had to take some pictures of it while I was parked there. I parked in a good spot where nobody would be around, and I thought about taking the Mach 1 or the Cobra, but I didn't know how parking would be, but it turned out to be pretty good. And then this is at the park having pizzas with my family. And it's just every time I walked out to the car, it looked so good. I wanted to take more pictures of it and try to capture it. And sometimes the lighting is good. Sometimes you go back and take a picture when it's shadier and it looks better. Sometimes you'll just never capture how good it looks in the actual evening light. But some of these pictures turned out really good. Then I did some roller shots. I had my brother go out and record me driving by, and then I took some screenshots of that to make some roller shots because I never had any like that before, and I just thought it'd be really cool to have. It was such a nice evening. I just called my brother and said, hey, I'm coming home right now, but do you want to jump in real quick and we'll go down the street and take some pictures? And so he did, and that was a lot of fun. I was glad he did that with me. And so these are just pictures of the car driving, and I think they turned out really good. So I recorded this too, so you'll see we were out here having fun and talking about how it's nice to go out and enjoy your car in the evening like this, and you could see other people in the neighborhood were doing so as well. And so you'll see here that while we were out there and I drove off while my brother was waiting for me to turn around, this Nova came by, and it was fun because he was working on his car and then out test driving it, and that's kind of what we do too in the same neighborhood. So it's fun to see people working on their stuff. So that's the update for the Silver GT. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.